Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pixel. Welcome back to our simulator series. This is the second episode, and in today's episode we are going to be working on the prestige system. But before we begin, I wanted to show you guys a plugin that's very helpful in what we're going to be using in this video a little bit. It is called the 𝐂𝐑𝐃𝐈𝐀 GUI. You can go ahead and click on the install button. It'll open up another studio. Wait, and then it'll open it a little thing up, and then you can install it. So after you do that, restart your studio if you already have it open, and you should be able to go here in the plugins tab and see 4 things like this here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our starter GUI, our main GUI, and click on our text button and our text label. And then here in the properties, there's going to be something called anchor point. And what you're going to do is you're going to set both the X and the Y value to 0.5. And what this does is, as you can see, there's a little box here. This is the anchor point. So when you're moving something around, like, let me show you. If I put the position to be 0, 0, you'll only see this lower quadrant because it is in the middle. The anchor point's in the middle, so it's going to send this point up here to 0. So if you give it a spot, this is where it's going to move the middle to it. Instead, it's usually one of the corners. I can't remember. But so we're going to change that first of all, and then you can reposition your stuff like that. And then we're going to head back over here, click on both, and make sure that it is on the scale. So hit scale, convert it to scale, and then go to settings, and then make sure that this is on. This is very helpful for when we're going to create more UI elements. It'll automatically set the anchor point to 0.5. So that is very helpful. You can close that, and we can continue with our tutorial, which is going to be about creating our prestige system. So what that means is that we're going to be able to prestige after we get a certain number of points, and then it will allow us to get more points every time we click our button. So to do that, we're going to have to create a new prestige value inside of our leader stats script. So go ahead, go inside of our script here, and we're going to create the prestige variable like this. And do int value, and then you're going to place it in the leader stats as well because we want it to appear on our leaderboard. And you can name it prestige, and then we're going to set the value to 1. So you're always going to start on 1 prestige. And also a little side note, I know some of you were wondering how we get our values to save. At this point in the series, your stuff is not going to change. Obviously, the game isn't even playable yet, so you shouldn't even worry about that. But later in the series, we'll go more into depth on how to get all our values to save. So now that we got that done, we're going to create another text button as well as another text label. You can grab your 2 things here, and we're going to put the label actually wherever you want it, but I'm just going to put it here. I'm going to make them the same size just so we can have some uniformity, I guess you can call it. So we're going to put it here like that, and you can set the color to whatever you want. I'm just going to set it to blue. Like always, I'm going to give it a border. I think that looks good. Then we can get our button. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make this one purple. Alright, and now that you have all of that set up, we can go ahead and do the text, which is the funnest part, I guess you can say. So like always, set your font, the color, turn text scaled on, and then put text stroke if you guys want to. And then repeat the same for the other button. Alright, now that we have that, we're going to set some values. For our button, we're going to set the text to prestige. This button is going to be our prestige button. So go ahead and name it that. So when we click on it, it'll let us prestige. And then our label is basically going to show us how many points we have left before we can prestige. So just type prestige in, we'll edit it later. So like points, it's gonna just show how many we have left. So now that we have that, oh, you can name this prestige display. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna head back into our leader stat script. I'm just gonna add a little comment here. And we're going to create another folder called player stats. And we're gonna do this because we need to put a value inside of our player so that we can access it, but we don't want it to be on the leaderboard. So this is why we're going to create this, because anything named anything other than leader stats will not appear. So that is good. Then we're going to do something. We're going to create our click bonus value, which obviously is going to let us give a bonus for when we click, so that instead of getting 1 per click, we could get 2 or 3 or more. So name it like that, and that is all you got to do. Head back over here, and now we can throw in some scripts here. So inside of our prestige button, put a local script, prestige display, local script as always. And we're going to first start with our prestige display. So in here, we're going to type local player equals game.players.localPlayer. So now we have access to our player. And now we need to create 2 more variables to represent our points and prestige. So for our points, we're going to do player weight for child. And this points is in leader stats. So we're going to do leader stats dot points. Weight for child. Basically, since you're joining the game and these scripts might be running, I actually don't know. I think these scripts can run before the other scripts run. They might not run at the same time because things are being loaded. So you might load in this script before our leader stat. So we're going to wait for this to appear. Eventually, if it doesn't, your script will tell you, but it goes for a while. So then we're going to do the same thing for our player stats. That's what it's called. And actually, it's not player stats, it's leader stats. I lied. Leader stats and then dot prestige. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do the get property changed signal again. We're going to detect when the value changes. Connect function like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set script.parent.text equals trying to remember prestige in, do a space, 2 things like this, and then in parentheses what we're going to do is we're going to do prestige dot value times 100 minus points dot value, like that. So we're going to do prestige times 100. So since our prestige is 1, we're going to have to get to 100, but we want it to show how much we have left. So we're going to subtract our points value. So now that we have that, like as always, we're going to put it outside of our function, and we're also going to create an if. So we're going to do if points dot value is greater than 0. Actually, I'm wrong. We're supposed to do prestige dot value times 100. So again, minus points dot value is higher than 0, then, and then we can do that. And then copy this, put that in there. We're actually going to put a weight here, like that. And then here before the end, we're going to put an else. So like if statements, there is an else, which basically if this is not true, then we're going to do this. So, and what that is we're just going to set it to prestige ready. So when this happens, we'll just be able to know that we're ready to prestige. So now that we have that, we're going to work on our button. So we're going to type in 5 variables. local player equals game.players.localPlayer. We need our player. Then we need points, prestige, click bonus, and debounce. So points, player, weight for child. Again, we can just copy this from the script. I'm just gonna type it out. Leader stats dot points, then prestige, player, weight. Oh my god, weight for child, leader stats dot prestige, and then click bonus. This one is inside of player stats, so we can change that. And then debounce is going to be false. The debounce kind of gives a weight on our prestige button. I think I went over this in the last one, so we're going to use our debounce for just a quick second. You won't even notice, honestly. So yeah, now we're going to do script.parent.mouse button 1 and click, which is our left click, connect function, boom. And then we're going to do if debounce equals false, then debounce equals true. If points.value is greater or equal to prestige.value times 100, then, so what this does is if we have the right amount of points, which is, this value is always going to represent how much we need to prestige. So this entire statement right here, basically if our points is higher or equal to what we need to prestige, then we can proceed. So we're going to set our points to 0, and then prestige, we're going to add 1 to our prestige value. Same thing, actually I forgot something up here, dot click bonus. So click bonus dot value equals click bonus dot value plus 1, weight, put 2, however many seconds you want, just put a weight, and then debounce equals false. And the last thing we're going to do is edit our give point script. And as you can tell, we've been doing wait for childs for all of these, so we're going to add in a wait for child here, because that is also necessary. And then we just need our click bonus, so we're going to do player stats, click bonus, like that. And then down here, we're going to do points.value, put this in parentheses, 1 plus click bonus dot value, like that. So this should be everything. We may have an error or not, we can check. All right, we have our points, our prestige in 100. Our points still work. Okay, everything is going good. So you should not be able to prestige. Once we get to 100, we can go past 100. It should say prestige ready. We are having an issue. Let's see. There's no output. All right, so I think I found the error here, which there's supposed to be parentheses outside of this, like that. So that might be our solution here. Instead of going through all the pain of clicking, we're going to set our points to 98. 1, 2. All right, now we prestiged. All right, and now we get our 2 points. So, all right, so I guess that is all for today's episode. If you guys want the prestige, if you want it to be even higher, you can set it to 1,000, because you want either, if your game is prestige heavy, which you need your prestige to do certain things, you should either set it higher or lower. I don't care, do whatever you want. You might want to put it higher instead of 100, but I'm just gonna leave it at 100 just for the tutorial. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. I'm going to be making more videos. Obviously, it's a series, I should be doing that. But yeah, other than that, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, keep on scripting.